So yesterday we have discussed about the dynamic linking. I started a little early. Uh, in all the linking schemes so far, a major drawback is that they are static linkers. If unnecessarily subroutines are referenced but never executed, they still occupy space in memory. This is the example we have taken, in which we have a main program scanf, and then we have F1, F2, and F3 programs. These all programs lie in a main memory, and it is very difficult to maintain all these functions. The solution of this is the so dynamic linking solve the above problem by postponing linking until the execution time. The loader first loads only the main program. If an instruction is either an external variable or an external subroutine, then subroutine containing external reference is only loaded and linked with main program by the loader. Hence, unnecessary subroutines do not occupy any space in memory, thereby making executable code rather small and results in fast throughput. The dynamic linking allows the several executable programs to share a single copy of the executable module. Next, we have the example of this. In the example, like we have a assembled compiled program 1, which the user 1 is using, and the program 2 which the user 2 is using, and we have the external library having subroutine 1 and subroutine 2 or 3. Like program 1, if the program 1 requires subroutine 1, it may be used directly. If the program 1 requires subroutine 3, it may be directly loaded without loading again and again or compiling again and again. So only one copy of the library needs to be stored instead of loading and linking a separate copy for each module. This is the all about the dynamic linkage editor. Next we have the linking. A linking is often divided into number of modules so that debugging and maintenance of modules becomes easier. These modules have to be combined together to form a single executable program. This task is performed by the linker. The reason you want to combine the object module is that one object module may refer to another subroutines. Like we have module 1, which is assembled or compiled, which is the after compilation it is the object module 2, assembled or after compilation it is object module 2, then subroutine 3, again it is object module. This all is given to the linker using the sub library routines and converts into the executable code. Next, how the linking is performed. Every module needs to know the location of another subroutine. When this address is known, the control is transferred from calling subroutine to the called subroutine. When the called subroutine completes its execution, the control will return back to the calling subroutine. Like we have the program X, and here we have the program Y. Here we are using start, extern, sub y, data y. These are the directives. Then we are calling the function suby. This is in the program 2. Then module X contains call to the subroutine sub y, and module Y contains the definition of subroutine Y. Rest we will do in a tomorrow class.